also this hour. The Treasury Department saying it will begin using extraordinary measures to make its payments starting on January 21st, President-elect Trump's first full day in office. So how will that factor into the president's policy agenda? Joining me now is Brian Gardner, Stifel Chief Washington Policy Analyst. Brian, welcome. So the debt limit has been this sort of leverage point and can to be kicked down the road. Yeah, for a long time. Might this be the moment where that goes away for good with President Trump wanting to get things done and the Republicans in congressional control?
Probably not. I think we're stuck with the debt limit for a while. Look, we knew this was coming. This is why some people in Republican circles pressed in December to raise the debt limit then, so it wouldn't get in the way of the beginning of the Trump administration. And now they didn't do that, and they're faced with it, and it's going to add some more complexity to an already active agenda. But in terms of the future of the debt limit, it's going to stay here. Democrats will never go along with it, and Republicans are split on it. You used the word leverage before. I don't think there is leverage. I think it's overstated. It's overestimated what leverage there is. But there are budget hawks among Republicans who think there is leverage in budget limit fights, and so they will not. I don't think they're going to support getting rid of it.
I guess it's debatable whether there's leverage in a game of chicken. Okay.
Oh, I don't think there's a lot of leverage. It's just never proved to be very effective.
So border, trade, China, you say, are the focus points here. Which one has the highest likelihood of inspiring a market-moving executive order first?
Probably the tariffs, and I'll kind of link China and the tariffs on those. Look, I think there could be some good news coming out of the border executive orders. They'll be early, and the moves on the border subsequently, because I think they're going to be focused on illegal immigrants who are here with criminal backgrounds. And since they're already out, most of them are already out of the workforce. A lot of them are in U.S. jails. And they tend to be low-skill workers. I don't think that's a problem for the labor market and the economy broadly. So I think that's kind of a sigh of relief. It's not the worst-case scenario. After that, it's the tariffs, and China will be the lead with the tariff rollouts that the Trump administration is going to do. And look, I think China is going to be the North Star on everything the administration does, and I think they're going to be aggressive vis-a-vis China. And I think there is some risk for companies with China exposure because of that.
What's your expectation on the timing of a tax cut extension?
So I'm probably a little bit outside of the consensus. I think it's longer than most people think. The speaker thinks is calling for it to be done by Easter. I think July 4th would be a tremendous accomplishment for them to do that. I'm taking the over on that, and I think it's probably after Labor Day.
That sounds like it might cause market turbulence if it takes that long.
I think markets think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. And I think we're going to be in for some volatility. We're going to go up and down the roller coaster. They're going to drop the ball. It's resurrected, back and forth. Ultimately, I think there is going to be an extension, most, if not all, of the Trump tax cuts. But it's just going to be a longer ride than people anticipate right now.
How do you think this TikTok stuff fits into President Trump's China trade chess game?
Yeah, so, if I'm wrong on my earlier comments on China, we may get some clues about that from the TikTok situation. This may be an early signal that when an issue is near and dear to Trump's heart, when people think it affects, or he thinks it affects his base, then he's going to have a lighter regulatory touch. So I guess, maybe taking a different take on it, John, I would look at it not through the prism of China. I would look at it through the prism of everything else. You can make an argument that some policy development is going to impact the Trump base negatively. It stands a good chance of surviving or not being enacted, I should say.
Quickly, do you think he cares about the AI chips the way Biden did?
Yes, probably differently. I mean, there's a carrot and stick approach. The Biden approach was more of the carrot approach. The Trump approach will be more of the stick approach. I think they both care about it. They just come at it from different angles on how to address the issue.